There came a point in my life when I knew I had to change it. So I took a chance and sold and gave away everything that I owned to experience a new life living out on the canals and rivers of the UK. So I'd like you to come along and experience it with me every step of the way. Hello YouTubers, jump on quick because I've got a good one for you today. We're going to be doing 3 canals in one journey, and I hope to end up on the Ashby Canal at long last. Poor old ducks think that someone's just shot at them. But before I get too far ahead of myself, we've got Hawkesbury Junction coming up. It's about a quarter of a mile away from where we are now, and I can't wait to have a go at it. I don't think you could get any more central than where we are at the moment. We're starting off on the Oxford Canal, close to Hawkesbury Junction. We're going to turn right at the junction, go down to Coventry or up the Coventry and to the Ashby. This all looks a bit industrial. It's a substation. The reason for all these pylons that you're seeing around everywhere. Luckily enough, I think we're past most of that by now. This is the approach to Hawkesbury Junction. There's a lot of boats moored here, both permanent on the right hand side and visitor moorings on the left. I think it looks quite nice. There's a lock up there just in front of us, which is just before the Hawkesbury Junction, so I'm going to have to pull over onto the lock landing. It's the last lock that I'm going to do for quite a while, because where I'm going, the Ashby, there's no locks. I can't remember the last time I've done a lock. But then again, I do think I'm going senile sometimes. Watch out, it's Wurzel Gummidge. For those of you that are watching from abroad, Wurzel Gummidge is a scarecrow. This is an old stop lock that we're going into, which back in the day was put here just to stop different canal companies from nicking each other's water. It only takes the levels up a few inches, perhaps 10 inches. So you don't have to wait too long for it to fill up or to empty. Whilst Wurzel's operating the lock, I'll show you an aerial picture of what's coming up, and it will give you an idea of the manoeuvre that I've got to do. We're coming down the right hand side canal. We're going to turn 180 under the bridge and go up the Coventry. When I walked up here the other day to have a look at it, to see what it was all about, there was a few boats that come through that completely ruined the turn. and there was quite a lot of people sitting outside the pub up here on the left. And when they was mucking it up, there was a little bit of friendly banter going on. So being a bit of a chicken, I've come up here well early before the pubs are open, just in case I muck it up too. Just had a bit of luck, someone's going to shut the lock gates for me. Now let's see how I get on. I think they call this little area Sutton Stop. I'm going to shut up for a minute so you can watch what happens. Taking it nice and slow. It's a beautiful morning, and it looks like I had nothing to worry about doing that manoeuvre. Quite proud of myself there. It's funny how men are proud of things like that, isn't it? After I turned, I was going to back up onto the boat services point and get rid of some rubbish. But it looks like some considerate person has kindly decided to moor their boat on the landing for the boat services point. So I can't do that, so I'm just going to carry on. That's a redundant old steam pump house up there on the left of us. It was designed to pump water into the canal from a well. So now we're on the Coventry Canal. Not that it looks any different from where I've just come from. With all these boats moored here, it looks like Hawkesbury Junction is quite a popular spot. The summer's finished now and we're getting into autumn, and as you can see, some of the boats are getting their stoves going. These trees are making it a bit tight for room here. I think they could do with cutting back. This is going to be my third winter living out on the canals and rivers. How time flies, eh? It only feels like yesterday when I bought Aitch. So without realising it, I've become quite an experienced boatman. How about that? Not that that means too much. I'll still make the odd ricket. I hope that don't sound big-headed, because I reckon you lot will soon put me back in my place if it does. There's a few houses here coming up on the left that look like they've spent quite a bit of time and money on their canal side, which is nice to see. Lovely. If I'd have had the money, it's something that I would have done, because you got the best of both worlds. This one here looks like it's got some canoes in a little boathouse. If you're enjoying my little adventures out here on the canals and rivers, you can help my little channel out by giving me a thumbs up and commenting, or even subscribing. And if you've done that, you would make my day. So far, the Coventry Canal has been beautiful. I like it. I've had a few comments in the past asking if you can get a motorbike on one of these narrowboats. I think there's your answer. And I bet that comes in very handy. We've got something coming up in a few seconds that's, how should I say, very surprising. Going through these willows is like going through a curtain into a different world. Have a look at this place. It's called Charity Dock, and there's some weird and wonderful things going on when you have a look around. Back in the day there was a coal mine here, and this was the dock for the coal mine to get the coal onto the narrowboats and move it around the country. But since then it's turned into this. I don't suppose it's everyone's cup of tea, but yeah, I find it quite interesting. And it's something you don't expect to see going along these beautiful canals. I reckon they should call it Marmite Dock, because it looks like one of them places that you either love or you hate. So good luck to them all over there, because obviously they love it. I'd be interested to see what you think of it, so leave a comment if you can. Personally, I think it adds to the spice of the place. Very unusual. Right, Just the other side of this bridge is Marston Junction, which is the entrance to the Ashby Canal. So I've finally got here. It's about 3 or 4 months later than what I was aiming for, but then life throws up some things that delay you a little bit. But yeah, I'm finally here. The way the bank's sticking out coming from this way, it looks like it's going to be an awkward manoeuvre to turn the boat into the entrance, and then you can't see what's coming, so you just got to shut your eyes and hope for the best. Let's see how we get on with this one. Looking at it, I'd say it's more awkward getting in here than it was getting round Hawkesbury Junction. One good thing, no boats have come out from the other way yet, and hopefully if there is anything coming, they would have seen me by now. Just doing a bit of manoeuvring here, trying to get the back to come round. So far so good. I haven't hit anything yet. And here we go. The front of Aitch is actually on the Ashby Canal. Looking at the badges that was left in the boat when I got it, Aitch has been here before, but for me it's all brand new. It looks like there was another boat coming, and luckily enough they're waiting for me to come past. Very good of them. Right then, it's time to thank a few people for buying me a coffee. I'd like to thank Brian, DT, Babs and Scrappy. Thank you very much, I really appreciate it. And also my members Scrappy, Steve, David and Fran, Ruth and Timothy. Fantastic people and very generous. The link for the Buy Me a Coffee app is in the video description, but I'm just happy if you come along and enjoy the videos. So we've got a new adventure now, the Ashby Canal, so I hope to see you on the next one.